Tracker weather with meteorologist Bill Guile. Brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
Good evening, everyone, and the snow is getting closer to us at this very hour. We do have winter storm warnings in effect for Providence County up into Massachusetts, back through Connecticut, for the threat of 6 inches or more of snowfall. Winter weather advisories further to the south and to the southeast of Massachusetts, where we could be seeing about 2 to 4 inches of snow likely occurring in these areas. We're going to hit all the specifics about this in just a moment. You can see on the satellite and the radar imagery where that rain snow line is beginning to encroach. I've just been looking at some of the very latest reports, seeing snow now starting to work into Brookline, just to the outskirts of Boston, and back down to around Uxbridge. There have been some reports of some snowflakes occurring, and we're seeing that starting to work into Woonsocket and over into Foster as well. Take a little closer look here and you get a better perspective as to what's happening. You can see the mixing is starting to work its way into the 295 corridor, and within the next hour or so it's going to be making its way into Providence and continuing to track to the south and east. And the visibility kind of gives us those signals. In other words, where it's a good 4 miles or better, it's pretty much still mainly rain that we're dealing with at the moment. But when the visibility starts to drop off, like as you get up towards Worcester, it goes down to 1.25 miles. Yeah, it's steady snow that's going on there, and that's the same story the further west you go. And as the colder air works in, we're going to see those visibilities drop as everything transitions over to snowfall. For now, we're still looking at more of a northeasterly wind, but as we go through the next few hours, the winds are going to start backing into the north, and that's going to pull the colder air down into the region. So here's where we're standing temperature-wise. Right now, anything that would start as snow is simply going to melt as it first makes contact. In fact, when the changeover does take place, it is going to take a good hour or so for it to start to accumulate. So we're losing the potential accumulation that we would normally get if it was already cold to start with. But you see up towards Worcester, it's already 32 degrees, and the winds are going to bring down that colder air as we go through the next couple of hours this evening. And the air gets even colder still back through the Great Lakes. And that's our lot in the wake of the storm for the first half of the week coming our way. So let's break it down for you. This storm system is going to be a fast mover. It's going through in about 12 to 15 hours time frame for us. So by daybreak tomorrow morning, we're done with it. And we'll see some sunshine, but the cold air is already settling in. The breeze is picking up. And late afternoon, we could have a passing flurry into the evening hours. After that, yeah, it's the frigid air that comes settling in for Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And we'll get a good deal of sunshine around here. But yeah, it is not going to have much effect. All right, here's the close-up look at what we're dealing with for this evening. We'll be seeing, again, the snow line collapsing. This model's showing it maybe a little fast by about an hour or so. But as it's happening, as we go through 7, 8 o'clock tonight, you're going to be seeing it continuing to work its way to the south and east. And as that's happening, it's going to cool the atmosphere. So we'll start the accumulation process, really, I think, around Providence, north and west, particularly between 8 and 9 o'clock this evening. And these darker shades of blue are denoting snowfall rates that could be reaching a ½ inch to 1 inch per hour at times. And notice as we go towards 10 o'clock, it's now starting to get colder everywhere. The snow is making its way towards the Cape Cod Canal and working its way out towards the rest of the Cape. As the temperatures continue to drop into the 20s, it becomes a fluffier snow. But notice what's happening as we get towards midnight. Everything is starting to let up quite a bit. It'll continue to get colder, and we'll still see light snow and snow showers all the way until just about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then we start to clear out and get rid of the storm system. But it stays cold throughout the day tomorrow, and then perhaps another snow shower or flurry coming in for the evening hours. So right now I'm looking at snow totals that are generally going to be on the order of 4 to 6 inches much across the northern half of the state. See that 7, well, that's just the highest elevations, maybe up to the north. Much of the southern areas, 2 to 4 inches. You get down around Jamestown and Narragansett, it's about 2 inches or so all the way over to New Bedford, and an inch or 2 on the outer Cape when all is said and done. And then it's the Arctic blast coming in with wind chills below 0 Tuesday and Wednesday morning, highs only in the teens. We'll try to slowly recover back to the low 30s as we head towards the weekend.